Oh, Panama City is great. You know, I really wanted to retire last year, and my family, my wife, really pushed me to keep doing this, so we have these venues to go to because they're beautiful, and we probably wouldn't come if we weren't racing. So we love it, and we plan on coming back next year again.
Panama City Beach, it's, you know, the place to beach. It's, you know, the place to nice, beautiful beach. We're on the nice rough surf conditions. Years in the past, we've had huge waves. This year it's a little bit more flatter, a lot of chop, so it's a little bumpy out there, but it makes it for the spectators to watch.
Panama City, it doesn't get any better than, you know, being on the beach in the surf. You know, I myself, like a lot of the other guys, like surf. It really dices up the competition, and always love coming here.
My name is Juan Toscano, and I ride for Miami Jet Ski Shop. Miami Jet Ski Shop sticks to LIQUI-MOLY, where we keep all our vehicles tip-top with the best in the industry. When it comes to performance or servicing, there's nothing better in the market than LIQUI-MOLY.
I'm here at Pro Watercross for our jet ski racing. We're sponsored by LIQUI-MOLY. Thanks to them, we have our strong boats and we're able to podium. I've been racing for about 4 years now, and ever since I joined LIQUI-MOLY, I'll never go back.
LIQUI-MOLY has been #1 in Germany for the past 10 years in motor oils and additives. We're super excited to bring the marine range now in North America. All that experience in the performance and the racing industry translated into the marine world couldn't be a better combination. Are you scared of using a warranty? Well, you shouldn't. LIQUI-MOLY Marine product has all the approvals from the National Marine Manufacturers Association, FCW, TCW3, and also API specs. Please refer to your owner's manual for ride viscosity. Use the best to maintain your passion.
Looking to leave the rush behind? Escape to Franklin County. Position yourself at a crossroads of opportunity with plenty of room to grow. Enjoy schools founded in tradition and patient-focused healthcare in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. Ready to hit refresh? Think Franklin.
You never feel this way. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. My lucky day. Don't need a pot of gold, a rabbit's foot or to be told. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day.
You don't want to miss the best pro watercross racers in the world. This is the LIQUI-MOLY Pro Watercross National Tour, presented by JETTRIM. If you can't catch it live in person, make sure you catch it on CBS Sports Network.
Oh, Panama City is great. You know, I really wanted to retire last year, and my family, my wife, really pushed me to keep doing this so we have these venues to go to because they're beautiful, and we probably wouldn't come if we weren't racing. So we love it, and we plan on coming back next year again.
Panama City Beach, it's the place to be. Nice, beautiful white beaches. We're on the Gulf side. You got nice, rough surf conditions. Years in the past, we've had huge, huge waves. This year, it's a little bit more flatter, a lot of chop, so it's a little bumpy out there, but it makes it fun for the spectators to watch.
Panama City, it doesn't get any better than being on the beach in the surf. I myself, like a lot of the other guys, like surf. It really dices up the competition, and always love coming here.
My name is Juan Liscano, and I ride for Miami Jet Ski Shop. Miami Jet Ski Shop sticks to LIQUI-MOLY, where we keep all our vehicles tip-top with the best in the industry. When it comes to performance or servicing, there's nothing better in the market than LIQUI-MOLY.
I'm here at Pro Watercross for our jet ski racing. We're sponsored by LIQUI-MOLY. Thanks to them, we have our strong boats and we're able to podium. I've been racing for about 4 years now, and ever since I joined LIQUI-MOLY, I'll never go back.
LIQUI-MOLY has been #1 in Germany for the past 10 years in motor oils and additives. We're super excited to bring the marine range now in North America. All that experience in the performance and the racing industry translated into the marine world couldn't be a better combination. Are you scared of using your warranty? Well, you shouldn't. LIQUI-MOLY marine product has all the approvals from the National Marine Manufacturers Association, FCW, TCW3, and also API specs. Please refer to your owner's manual for ride viscosity. Use the best to maintain your passion.
Looking to leave the rush behind? Escape to Franklin County. Position yourself at a crossroads of opportunity with plenty of room to grow. Enjoy schools founded in tradition and patient-focused healthcare in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. Ready to hit refresh? Think Franklin.
Cause you never feel this way. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. My lucky day. Don't need a pot of gold, a rabbit's foot or to be told. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day.
You don't want to miss the best pro watercross racers in the world. This is the LIQUI-MOLY Pro Watercross National Tour, presented by JETTRIM. If you can't catch it live in person, make sure you catch it on CBS Sports Network.
Believe that's 21 gold or perhaps in second, but I don't think so. That's a hard number to make out.
It is. I believe that's 757. Nick Murphy in third.
That's it.
There's Golder.
149, 149, 140. Oh, that's Brandon Morris. It's got to be 145, Brandon Morris.
Yep, part of that Morris Racing family.
Yep, Brandon in second place behind Oster. Yeah, this is a real big racetrack, very unique track here at Lake Hartwell. We got a split on the left-hand side, a split on the right-hand side, two fast straightaways, particularly the front. Well, the back straight's really fast, and the front straight is just wide open for a long ways. And so a lot of high-speed racing here this weekend.
Oh, I'm hearing some chatter on the radio, Rick. Looks like Oster may have made a mistake and not picked up that buoy. We'll see. I could be incorrect in what I'm hearing, but
looks like 757, Christian Morris in third, behind his brother Brandon, and then Oster out in front. This is Moto number 1 for Novice Sports Stock. So this is the first time we've seen these guys race in this class this weekend. 29, race leader Justin Oster down the front straightaway. Brandon Morris behind him in second. And then Christian Morris holding down third. Oh, that's not right.
That's Nick Murphy. Yeah. I had 3 different people tell me that.
Boy, those numbers are just so hard to make out, even with binoculars. White on white is a tough combo. Big, huge black numbers are really, really appreciated.
Yeah, so there's an issue. One of the riders out there has been taking the incorrect buoy setup every lap, so he keeps going further and further down. And didn't recognize that he's done it, hasn't hit the makeup buoy.
Well, we'll let them sort that out.
Oh, yeah.
Moto 2, we'll see what the results are.
Better them than us.
Yep. Absolutely right. Oh, man. We're not exactly sure. Somebody does have an issue with some buoys out there, but we're going to let the scores sort that out and call it as we see it in front of us.
Yeah, somebody decided to design their own course while they were out there. And they were consistent lap after lap, so that's changed now, but it's too late.
So Oster out in front, down the front straightaway, putting a rider a lap down. I believe that's still Morris in second. Nick Murphy in third. Is that correct, Kurt? Right?
I do believe. Yes, sir. Dave Golder on a gorgeous Sunday morning ride. Thank you.
Boy, some of these numbers, with the way the sun is right, it's just difficult to make them out.
I believe the word's impossible.
Even with binoculars.
Right.
I mean, I always have my binoculars, and I'm at a loss at times with white on white numbers.
Yeah, just want to say
outline.
Just want to say to the crowd, thank you for letting us know. If you know who it is and we're doing it wrong, we appreciate you letting us know. No question about it. White flag out. One more lap to go. Justin Oster, large and in charge, likes that outside split. Look at this battle going.
That's Morris coming by in second. Brandon Morris in second.
They're on the final lap. Up next, race number 7, Ski 4-Stroke Stock, Ski 4-Stroke Stock Superjet. And that's a mouthful.
It is. Right now, Novice Sports Stock. These guys have been battling out here, and they are on the final lap. Justin Oster leading the affair the entire way on that 29HX. And he's going to take the checkered flag and the win here in Moto number 1 for Novice Sports Stock.
And he is a happy camper.
Yes, he is.
Oh, no. You don't buzz the tower, dude.
That was a mistake. Coming back against the wrong way on the track.
Well, not at speed where you splash the scores.
Wow.
That doesn't go over well. Justin, calm down. Simmer down now.
Yeah, Nick Murphy's boat, hard to make out, that 787. I'm watching him come into the pits, and I can finally figure it out.
There's a little bit of yelling going on there. I think it's like, oh, it's the other way. Well, we got another Moto 2 to go through. 2 more, so we're good to go.
All right, we go to Ski 4-Stroke Stock and Ski 4-Stroke Stock Superjet. So it's essentially Ski 4-Stroke Stock are the Kawasaki SXR 1500s, and Ski 4-Stroke Superjets are as described. Yamaha Superjets.
They're made by Yamaha, right?
That would be a Yamaha, yeah.
Well, let's start with the Kawasaki's on that number 104 out of Pendleton, South Carolina, sponsored by MSW Security Solutions, FSH Association, Major and Associates Insurance, Ethan Wilson.
Boat number 422 out of Anderson, South Carolina, on the Jet Tribe SXR 1500, Trent Thompson.
In Ski 4-Stroke Stock Superjet on the number 36 out of Naples, Florida, 49 years old, sponsored by Jason Racing and Cloud9 Claims, Stephen Hayden.
And I don't believe Gary Holbein Jr. is here today, right? Yep. So 678 out of Westminster, South Carolina, riding for DRIPM Performance, Clinton Pace.
That total is 5, and I see 3.
Sounds about right.
So Stephen Hayden's going to have a gimme here. He's the only one who showed up with a 4-Stroke Superjet to the line.
So it's going to be a 4-Stroke Superjet versus the 4-Stroke Cowies, which we've seen how that has turned out when Steve Hayden is the Superjet rider.
I was just going to say, if it were any other rider, Rick, I'd say let him go first. Separate classes, but he doesn't need that advantage. There you go.
Well, he has a hard time on the starts occasionally with the Cowies just because they're faster.
Well,
but
he got the position.
It may not matter. I mean, he is such a talented rider, and there he goes. He has taken the whole shot over the SXR 1500s. And even though they're in separate classes because of performance differences.
Yeah, well, he got past there. Couldn't hold him off forever.
But we'll see what happens as this moto, goes on, because Hayden, just such a talented rider.
Oh, we're going to stop it. We're going to stop it.
Red flag comes out.
So we had one rider go on the inside, and in the first lap, everybody's supposed to take the outside together. Well, we'll re-rack them, restack them, Rick. And
apparently that point was missed at yesterday's rider meet.
Well, the excitement, first race in the morning.
Yeah. Once again, we'd like to welcome everybody out to beautiful Lake Hartwell, Georgia for the fourth round of the 2023 LIQUI-MOLY Pro Watercross National Tour presented by JETTRIM. Rick Lake, along with my partner up here in the tower, Kurt Nolenberg. Another
Yes, Mr.
beautiful
Rick.
morning, huh?
Absolutely gorgeous.
Franklin County, Georgia. It's just a beautiful sight.
It's absolutely spectacular. And I know we say that over and over again, but trust me, we go all over the country.
Yep.
And this is one of our favorite stops. Top two for sure.
It's just absolutely beautiful here, and we enjoy it, to say the least. And a beautiful weekend. The water is just stunning. The countryside is beautiful. Lush green woods surrounding this gigantic Lake Hartwell. Perfect setting for pro watercross racing.
No question about it, Rick. Jonathan Samuel, you need it at the Tower of Power. Jonathan Samuel, we need to see you up here. Jonathan, where are you at?
Tech Director Jeff is looking for you. Not sure what that means.
It's generally a really good thing when the tech director is calling for you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sure it is. So get these four-stroke stand-ups back on the line and ready to go.
Let's try that again. A little bit of instructions to everybody. Please take the outside split on the first lap.
I do find this class really interesting just because they had to separate the four-stroke Kawasaki's from the four-stroke Yamahas because of about 500 cc difference in engine displacement. So there is a power difference, to say the least. But on the water, it's fun to watch and see the differences materialize.
Wow, again, Steve Hayden. Hayden started to go, then stopped himself, and then went again, and still going to get dive onto the inside. But with that outside split, he just can't hold it.
Nope.
Right there is where it gets lost, and now he's got to be cautious because those huge Kawasaki hulls pushing him wide. So Hayden will be working his way back up, and we fully expect to see him near the front of the pack by the end of this race. Oh, and Hayden goes down.
Yeah, those Kawasaki's are definitely a little bit bigger than the Yamaha Superjet hulls in four-stroke configuration. Unfortunately, actually, but that is our race leader,
Trent Thompson.
Looking good. Hayden now back up and underway in second place.
Folks, this is going to be a great race. Underpowered, as you said, Steve Hayden, compared to the competition. But he has got thousands and tens of thousands of hours on the water. Hayden, a gritty competitor, and knows where to go, and he takes the inside.
Yeah.
He knows that's going to work, and our leader went down. That puts Hayden out in front, Rick, already.
Yeah, no surprise there at all. Hayden, as you said, very, very talented, longtime racer. But, I was kind of disappointed that the Yamaha and Kawasaki four-strokes couldn't have been made to be competitive with each other, so you don't have to have yet another separate class. Really not what we needed in the sport, but it is what it is. And as time goes on, we'll see how that changes. Talking with Steve Hayden last couple weeks ago in Keystone Heights, Florida at round number 3, he had ridden the Kawasaki when it came out. and then he got the Yamaha, and he prefers the Yamaha. Felt like it's a little smaller, lighter, more nimble, more what he is used to riding as a stand-up jet ski, and so he prefers the Yamaha, and you can see how well he can make that new 4-stroke Superjet work.
Yeah, well, he is the performance accessory that balances the power between those SXR 1500s and the Yamaha 900s. Steve Hayden is starting to run away with this race, folks.
Yeah, you know, if you have the same talent on each boat, you're going to find the rider on the Kawasaki is going to have an advantage, to be sure. But that's not the case in stand-up racing, and the boat is critical, to say the least. But when you have a wide array of rider talents, you can see really the talent dictates the outcome typically.
Absolutely true, Rick, and that's not taking anything away from our two Kawasaki riders out here, Trent Thompson and Ethan Wilson.
Not at all.
They are doing a great job, but Stephen Hayden is just, you know,
well,
nationwide, he's at the top of those Yamaha Superjet riders.
Yeah, well, you look at the ages, and Ethan Wilson and Trent Thompson are both 19 years old, so they haven't been riding very long. Steve Hayden at 49 has probably been riding for 20 years at least, and that, you know, a bit of experience, that gap in experience is, you know, tough to overcome, particularly Steve Hayden. I mean, he's at 49, still fit as a fiddle, in great shape, lean and mean, and he can really ride that Superjet, to say the least.
Hayden, a power lifter and a arm wrestling champion.
Is he really? Oh, you're just giving me the business, aren't you?
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, you like to do that.
I don't think there's anything Hayden couldn't do if he
It's
put
not
his
the
mind
first
to it.
time. Not
That
the
guy's
first
in
time.
serious shape.
I didn't really see him as a powerlifting arm wrestler, but, you know, if you say that, Kurt, then who am I to argue?
Well, I didn't say he was in the WWE or anything, but take a look at the dude.
Well, he is definitely in great shape and a talented rider on that 4-stroke Superjet here in the 4-stroke stand-up class. Combined Superjets and Kawasaki SXR 1500s.
That white flag comes out. One more trip around.
And a lot to be said for a lighter weight, a little smaller, lighter weight, more nimble handling watercraft, depending on conditions.
Wow, right there. Trent Thompson was just not going to back out of the throttle. Nope. He dove in just in time and pushed that wave that even that big SXR 1500 couldn't handle.
That's
pushed him right over. Ethan Wilson back up and going. Now it is the final lap, so things are pretty well settled down. Stephen Hayden, one more buoy and down the front straightaway, and he will have another moto win. That's 2 wins for, oh, no, that's a first and a second for Steve Hayden. Remember, that was battle yesterday with Gary Holbein Jr., who is not here today.
It's
just at the last.
Holbein Jr. took out Hayden on the last lap and took the win.
Well, up next, beginner runabout box stock. Oh, this is going to be fun. Entertaining at the least. And one of our newer beginner runabout riders, although that seems to be, I don't know, that doesn't work quite right. Newer beginner rider, Troy Weeks out of Wauchuli, Florida. Changed boats. He started out with an STX 100 at the beginning of the tour, and went from that triple 2-stroke Kawasaki on to, what's he riding right now?
He's got
a three.
He's got a Kawasaki Ultra 310, I believe.
Yeah,
300 or 310, and yeah, quite a switch. So
yeah.
he came out first round in Sebring and just fell in love with racing and campaigned that vintage Kawasaki STX 1200, which actually has a big championship pedigree, but about 30 years ago, and decided I'm going to ramp it up and get an Ultra, and He's a Kawasaki guy through and through, so he's got an Ultra underneath of him, and I think he's enjoying the increased performance.
Yeah, he went to his local Kawasaki dealer and got his sponsorship through Lakeview Water Sports. Troy had a little bit of issue with a few of the boys yesterday, the buoys.
Buoys.
And after the races, came over and was talking to us and some of the officials and said, man, I drove 12 hours to get here and get last because somebody misplaced 5 of my buoys. Meaning he had missed 5 buoys and therefore was at the back of the pack, even though I believe he finished in second position on course.
On the line, we've got number 007 out of right here, Lavonia, Georgia, a hometown product. On the CD, riding for Lake Hartwell Power Sports, Philip Samuel.
And on the 321, Yamaha out of Clyde, North Carolina, sponsored by Heavy Duty Skis, Bryant Devlin.
Number 529 out of Orlando, Florida, on the Shack Shine Sea-Doo, Marcio Benedetti.
On the 724 Sea-Doo out of Dunedin, Florida, it's Brian Oler.
And on the number 863 Kawasaki out of Wachuli, Florida, riding for Lakeview Motorsports, the aforementioned Troy Weeks.
That's our lineup. Begin a Runabout box stock, moto number 2. And
looks like a Sea-Doo out in front.
I think that might be Philip Samuel. We'll check it out as they
could
come
be.
through. Little battle going on there in the back of the pack. Little change of positions.
Absolutely impossible to see that number on that Sea-Doo out in front. But we'll check them as they come closer here to the tower, the front part of the racetrack here at Lake Hartwell.
Well, that is either Samuel or Benedetti, and I believe it is Samuel.
And he looks over.
And slows down.
And slows way down.
It's like anybody else coming?
Well, I can't even see a number on that boat, so not sure.
I'm pretty sure that that is, and folks, come over and tell us if we're wrong. Philip Samuel in first, Benedetti in second, Weeks in third, and Devlin in fourth.
So it does look like Samuel out in front. That would be the number 007. And I do see the 529 of Benedetti in second. 321 in third. That's Bright Devlin. Troy Weeks on the Ultra in fourth.
Well, no problem with Philip Samuel. He is out front, large and in charge of Marcio Benedetti, excuse me, pushing hard, using that inside. And those two powerful Sea-Doos just leaving the rest of the field here.
Devlin in third on an EX. Not really a fair fight with those supercharged Sea-Doos. And then in fourth place, it is Troy Weeks on that Kawasaki Ultra.
Troy doing his best to follow the course rather than making his own like yesterday. We'll see how that shakes out at the end of the race. And Samuel just on a tear here. He's slowing down so Marcio can catch up and they can have a little fun together.
Exactly.
I'm thinking, unless there's an alarm or something going off in his boat that we're not hearing.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's going that fast, and he's in the lead. Well, he was in the lead. I think Benedetti just took over the lead from Samuel.
Well, it's a learning experience for Mr. Weeks.
We always say there, the beginner runabout class at times provides, for better or worse, some of the most exciting racing.
Thrills. Oh, here they go, side by side.
Benedetti and Samuel.
Benedetti leading Samuel now. Samuel on the outside. This is the white flag lap. It's the last opportunity for him. And I don't know what was going on with Samuel slowing down here earlier, but it may cost him this moto win. Let's see what happens. First and second, battling it out. One on the inside, one on the outside. Go way wide on that inside turn there.
The two Sea-Doos going at it for the win. And they are side by side down the front straightaway.
And Samuel threw his hand in the air. He's like, darn it.
Lost that one on about the last lap and a half. Came in second, though. He had a first in Moto 1. So he's still in a good position going to the third moto.
Well, it provided thrills, no spills, and no injuries. It's a great moto or beginner runabout, Rick.
Yes, exactly.
Moto number 2, there's one more opportunity a little later.
Well, we move on to race number 9, Vintage Ski Moto number 2.
Yes, let's see. On the X machine out of Jacksonville, Florida, the Kawasaki, sponsored by Glidwell Racing, Taylor's Outboards and more, and Mom and Dad's Wallet, it's Kylie Meyer.
Boat number 22 out of Piedmont, South Carolina, on the Kawasaki, Tim Kessler.
On the number 23 out of Travelers Dressed, SA, South Africa. Sponsored by Upstate Stand-Ups, Chase Sanders.
The number 111 out of Taylor, South Carolina, on the Kawasaki, Aaron Bradstreet.
You wanted to say 1111, didn't you? I know you did. On the number 300 out of Menifee, California, Yamaha mounted 58 years old, Paul John.
555 out of Marietta, South Carolina, on the Kawasaki, Nicholas Hall.
On the 574 Kawasaki out of Greer, South Carolina, also sponsored by Upstate Stand-Ups, David Swan.
And rounding out the vintage ski field, number 812 out of Jacksonville, Florida, riding for Glidwell Racing, Taylor's Outboard and More, and GPO Jet Ski, Joseph Meyer.
And there just might be a relation.
There is.
To Kylie.
No, I was laughing at your interpretation of the SA at Travers Rest, and I'm going to guess that's probably South Carolina, supposed to be, but you never know.
Well, I spelled Carolina with a C, so that's...
Yeah, so do I. Well, yesterday it was all Paul DeJohn out of Menifee, California on that square nose Superjet, and he's got a huge advantage over those vintage Kawasaki's.
Paul John, gone. That's it. That is such a beautiful boat, and for those of us that have lived on the planet a while, a very famous and familiar wrap on that, the old Yamaha racing stripes.
Yeah, the factory racing from, the 70s, really.
Yep.
The days of Kenny Roberts and road racing, as you
Yep.
mentioned, and I said Bob Hanna and some of the other Pierre Karsmakers and famous Yamaha, Mike Bell, famous Yamaha motocross riders, but team colors for sure. It's a beautiful ski, and Paul rides it very, very well.
Yes, he does, and he's got matching gear, so that's worth another mile an hour too. Paul out front, taking the inside of this split on the far right-hand side, the double two. Tim Kessler, he's on pace there. There's a 574. That's David Swan out of Greer, South Carolina.
Got a mix of 550 and 650 Kawasaki vintage boats out here, but that's square nose Superjet just absolutely demolishing the vintage Cowies, and that's a tough matchup.
Do you hear that sound on this ski? It's like there's something wrong with it. It doesn't sound like any of the Superjets. That's a
sound of an aftermarket water
box for sure,
right there.
If there is one at all, could be a double. What do they call that rubber on the 550s? Resonator.
A resonator.
Yeah. Remember in the day they put two resonators on back to back and removed the water box. Not a problem for Paul John though. He is out front, larger and in charge.
Yeah, he is.
He's having a great time out there, really.
Yeah, he's a vet rider. Paul out of Menifee, California, 58 years old, and looking good on that beautiful square nose Superjet.
Yes, he is.
I know it's legal for this class, but it is a little bit of an overmatch for, I think, the vintage Cowies in this case.
I've got to say, if you're going to drive all the way from California, right, you might as well bring the best machinery you can. What up?
John comes down the front straightaway one more time on that square nose Superjet. Good looking Kurt. I got that yellow, so my surfboards are yellow, my paddleboard's yellow. I mean, I like yellow, and
your toenails are yellow.
Yeah, you know. And it just really pops. You know, that color on the water just always pops.
It does.
I really love it.
It's easy to see. High visibility, I think they call it.
I just like it. It's a good-looking ski with the black Yamaha racing trim from the 70s era.
It's gorgeous. Speaking of vintage skis, that's the 574, David Swan. Swan, another one of those upstate stand-ups sponsored riders in this vintage class. Chase Sanders on the 23, the other rider. Yeah, there's something different about that boat.
What would you think?
I can't quite figure it out.
What do you think it is, Kurt? White flag comes out for Paul John, and he is making pretty quick work of this vintage ski Moto number 2.
Well, he's lapping up into the field already.
Just like yesterday in Moto 1, same result.
Yeah.
those pumps on those Super Jets, they just hook up better than those Kawasaki JS pumps.
Yep.
I believe that's my take on it anyway, after watching many motos for many years of stand-up racing back when those were introduced. I could see the difference when the riders would land off of log jumps and, you know, kind of settle in. This is just a split-second thing. Settle in and then take off, and the Yamaha pump would hook up a little bit better, a little quicker, and accelerate just a hair faster than the Cowies, and I think that, you know,
I think they had higher pump pressure.
Was a huge difference.
And I'm going to agree with you, but agree to disagree, because it's not just the pump, it's the tunnel under the hull. I clearly remember when those boats came out and the Cowie riders were trying to figure out how they could hook up so much better. People even tried putting Yamaha pumps in, made specialized drive shafts, etc. And what they found is it was the tunnel up to the pump that made the huge difference.
Well, Paul comes in, takes the checkered flag, and another win for him. Great ride for the 58-year-old out of Menifee, California.
David Swan coming through in second position. Yeah, Joseph Meyer there in third position. Daughter Kylie coming through in fourth. The double deuce of Tim Kessler out of Piedmont, South Carolina. He'll come through in the fifth position. Like a herd of angry bumblebees. Well, at least that ain't one too, is.
Well, there was a time when that is all you heard at a jet ski race.
All day long.
And there was a time there was a time when all there were Kawasaki jet skis, stand-ups, and that was it.
Well, let's face it, they are the only jet skis. These are super jets. The Polaris had the Octane, you know.
But we call them all jet skis collectively.
Right.
Let's face it. Political correctness notwithstanding, or accurate.
Accuracy be darned.
Yeah, they're all jet skis.
There's one of your favorites right there. That's 650.
Oh, yeah, I love my 650.
650.
Reliable.
All right, this is going to be exciting. IROC 1100, moto number 2, race number 10. And look, this last name's getting pretty common here on the 007 out of Lavonia, Georgia. Jonathan Samuel. Sponsored by Lake Hartwell Power Sports and Granite World. Back out there to do battle once again.
Boat number 74 out of your Harley, something like that, Georgia. Riding for Extreme Propulsion, Reva Racing, and Fizzle Racing. 16 years old, Chandler Redden.
On the 99 out of Houston, Georgia. Sponsored by Jarman Motorsports, Robert Morrison.
145 out of Buford, Georgia. Riding for Jarman Motorsports. On the Sea-Doo, Kelly Cowboy Mayan.
On the 321 Yamaha out of Clyde, North Carolina, Brian Devlin.
Number 706 out of Lavonia, Lake Hartwell sponsored, Philip Samuel.
And on the 787 out of Warren Robins, Georgia, Nick Murphy. Who you got out there, Rick?
A watercraft. Let's see. Big track here at Lake Hartwell. And as I've been saying all week, and even with the binos, really tough to pick up those numbers on the outside, particularly with the sun where it's at in the morning here.
We'll catch them as they come through.
99.
Yeah, Morrison.
Out in front and charging.
And then the 145, his co-partner, Cowboy Mayan.
321 in third.
That's Brian Devlin on the EX, I believe.
And then looks like 787 Nick Murphy, I believe.
I see another rider out there on a Spark. Up next will be Junior Ski Stock and Junior Ski Light. Boy, Morrison.
Yeah, he's got some good running boats, doesn't he?
He really does.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Cowboy Mayan right there, and both of those are sponsored by Jarman Motorsports. Got to think that's a reason they're out front.
Yeah, that company obviously is really adept at dialing in these vintage two-stroke Sea-Doos.
If only there were a history to rely on.
Yeah, how would they ever know what to do?
So many different ways, people come up with all kinds of ideas on how to make their racecraft faster.
Yep.
And an immense body of knowledge on the 787 Sea-Doos.
Boy, there was a million of those raced in the 90s.
Yeah, like I say, Watercraft Magic, Butches.
Rocket ship racing. Fischetti.
Yep.
Pops Fischetti tuning
Oh,
Sea-Doos.
yeah. Talk about somebody who would try anything.
West Coast.
He tried to run it on propane once.
Kel Carruthers, the great road racing world champion.
Absolutely.
Hired by Bob Zantos to West Coast to work on those Sea-Doo motors back in in that era.
I'll tell you what, after his success in road racing, he was, I believe Kel was a world champion himself, road racer.
Oh, absolutely.
And
one of the greatest.
Yeah.
And then
is he out of South Africa?
They are out of Australia.
Australia.
I worked with his son and been friends with his son for many, many years, Paul Carruthers, who was the editor of Personal Watercraft Illustrated. As Morrison has a little problem, I think he pulled a lanyard maybe, and also Paul was a longtime editor of Cycle News.
Yep.
So we worked together for a number of years, and a great guy, and his dad, the great world champion, but also his dad was the team manager for Kenny Roberts.
For Yamaha Road Racing.
For Yamaha Road Racing, and Kenny Roberts who is by most maybe considered the greatest motorcycle racer of all time, babysat Paul when he was a kid.
Right.
And Paul introduced me to him one time at a motorcycle show, and it was kind of an honor to meet King Kenny Roberts, I got to say.
Did he introduce him? This is my ex-babysitter.
No,
his name's Kenny.
Kenny was very cool, and he goes, I'm going to introduce you to Paul said, I want to introduce you to the greatest motorcycle racer ever. So you introduced me to Kenny, and Kenny looked at me, and Paul's not a real tall guy, and I'm 6'6".
Right.
And Kenny looks and goes, "Is this your bodyguard, Paul?"
Right. Well, Kenny Roberts, for those who haven't met him, is about 4'7".
Yeah, and a bad dude.
He's taller than that, but
and a bad dude.
Dude.
Anyway,
I can tell you stories.
So Kenny Roberts, yeah, great guy, but
out of Modesto, California.
Going back to all those Sea-Doo motors modifications you're talking about, and that goes even back to that level of road racing history, which you're an ex-road racer, so you very intimately aware of that. But yeah, Zantos hiring Kel Carruthers to build those Sea-Doo motors was really a big thing back then.
That was a leap. I mean, he had the name, but water versus
different world, really a different world.
Yeah, and they went through a lot of engines figuring it out. Let me tell you, I remember that.
They had a lot of good riders too. One of which was the bomber Tommy Bonacci. Were wearing his sunglasses.
Which a big shout out to the bomber. I've got the prescription lenses in these.
You're loving those.
They literally are the best vision I've ever had on the water.
Yeah, that's all. I
far.
agree. Yeah, these new bombers that we got last year are really, really as good a sunglasses as anything I've used. And I've used them all over the years.
So my hand in full-on attack mode following Morrison. Morrison, as we were speaking, coming off that backside, had a little twitch. It was close to a swap gone. He got it under control. White flag, final lap through. Here comes the cowboy, Kelly Mayan, and he's only got about 3/4 of a lap left to get his teammate Robert Morrison behind him. Don't think that's going to happen. Morrison riding another spectacular race on a very powerful and well-built machine.
Well, yeah, both these riders from Georgia, and I'm assuming German Motorsports, who they're both sponsored by, is a Georgia company, a tuner, and of Sea-Doo motors, two-stroke motors, because both of these boats are just ripping. Morrison's boats have been ballistic all weekend long, these vintage Sea-Doo two-strokes.
Yep.
They're really impressive.
Yeah, and you know, it's been a while since we've seen Mayan. Great to see him back, and he'll finish up in second in this moto, I do believe.
Yeah, Morrison takes the checkered flag, comes across the finish line.
And it is Kelly Mayan in second. And I believe that's Jonathan Samuel once again in that third position.
Wow, now we're going to third motos, Kurt.
Yep, Brian Devlin coming through. He'll be in that fourth spot here. And here comes the spark. Junior ski stock 13 to 15, Abby Weldon and Kylie Meyer. Junior ski lights, Carter Thompson. Thompson in the 10 to 12-year-old has been dominant here. This is an opportunity for Weldon and Meyer to kind of get some back there. Let's see how they do at the start, Rick.
Oh, we're waiting for our junior ski riders. Looks like they're on the line.
Racer there.
All three are down there. Abby Weldon, Kylie Meyer, and Carter Thompson. There goes Carter Thompson on that four-stroke Superjet. That young man is one talented rider.
And he gone.
Woo.
He gone.
But so are Abby Weldon and Kylie Meyer. They're both talented young ladies, to say the least.
Yeah, well, these are junior ski riders.
And they all have a lot of laps underneath their belt for their young age.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's that's what makes the difference. If you got a reliable machine that you can run day in and day out, week in, week out, stay with it, get to learn it, you know, really increase your skill set, it really helps. And these junior riders, you know, it really helps to have a strong family support.
Reliable equipment.
And there goes Carter. Mr. Thompson.
And he's got a cheering section on the bridge down here, boy.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, the Carter Thompson cheering crew.
By the way, what is Carter's actual age? 12? Thank you.
11.
11?
11.
They can't figure it out.
12.
All right, we'll take that bid. He's at 12. Because our paperwork says he's -1.
Once they get that sorted out, we'll know.
Right, next time he signs up, have him fix that, will you? I'm sure it's not his fault.
So
Mom.
12-year-old Carter Thompson carving up this racetrack here at Lake Hartwell on that
ride her down
new
over there, Rick. Sorry, didn't mean to run over you there.
Well, you did.
I did, but
Yeah,
I'm
you did.
apologizing for it.
Well,
give a guy a break, will you? Stop it. Carter having some fun out there. He's just swinging wide. He's making those turns wider just so he can hit more laps.
More track
same number
time.
of laps, but more distance.
more track time. Yeah, he is a fine rider on that new Yamaha 4-stroke Superjet, to be sure.
He really does have great style on that thing. He's one of those riders likes the left-hand turns more than the right. You can see it. He attacks those left-hand turns. The right-hand turns, he's making them through.
Abby Weldon, 21, in front now in the junior ski stock 13 to 15 as Kylie Meyer goes down off her boat on the left-hand side on the inside split. She's being assisted back to her watercraft by our course marshal, and she'll be up underway in no time, I am sure.
Yep, she's back on the boat. Up next, going to be IROC GP and IROC Stock, race number 13 to the line.
Down the front straightaway, Kylie Meyer trying to hold off Carter Thompson. And she does momentarily, makes a nice turn on the inside split. Carter right behind her. Carter up, I think, for the long straightaways. Going to use that 4-stroke Yamaha power.
No question. He backed out of the throttle and said, you just go here. I'll catch up with you on the straight.
Yeah, I got a little racing time for both of them here. Carter behind.
Was a lap ahead, I believe.
Yeah, he is. He's lapping her. But Kylie Meyer not letting him get by. All right, Carter Thompson now gets by Kylie Meyer. Carter Thompson on that Superjet, boy. He looks just fantastic. 12 years old, really able to manhandle that Superjet. That's a big ski for a 12-year-old, to say the least. And he is making it look really easy out there. What a talented young man he is.
He really has some style, you know, for a 10-year-old. I mean, a 12-year-old. Sorry, thank you.
Yeah,
yeah, he's putting the time, no question.
He is just fantastic to watch ride, really talented. And that's a big, fast boat that he's on, and he is having no problems, to say the least, with that ski and looking really good here on Lake Hartwell.
Well, wherever he's practicing out of Anderson, South Carolina, he is riding with the right people because he's got great body position on that ski. He's doesn't move around a whole heck of a lot, just gets set, makes good decisions on the lines around the buoys, and can hold on to that powerful machine.
No, it's a big ski for his size, and he has no issues, to say the least. Really, really looks good all weekend long. Very, very impressive ride by Carter Thompson. You know, both Abby Weldon and Kylie Meyer, respectively, looking good on their skis. And Kylie on the SXR 800 Kawasaki two-stroke, and Abby on the two-stroke Yamaha Superjet.
So we've got 800 cc's, 701 cc's,
and
701.
And 1,050 cc's.
They're 1050?
The four-stroke Yamahas.
Right.
I think they're 1050. I think that's right. Right around there.
Give or
take a cc.
Right.
A cubic centimeter? Did I pass the test, Mr. Handler? Woo!
I thought it was carbon copy.
I get lunch today. Otherwise,
I think we're both right.
Carbon copy.
It's what CC is.
You
ever see that?
You're going to be starving. It
You were in the
sounds like to me.
newspaper business. You know.
The newspaper business.
Yes, thank you
Well, sometimes things happen, and riders really getting stretched out on this track here in this second moto. Starting to see a little bit of, I think, fatigue maybe setting in. But not with Carter. Carter Thompson, 1 lap to go, taking the white flag. Well, this is a big track here at Lake Hartwell. So these riders are putting in, a pretty good amount of time during their races.
Yeah, no question about it. Kylie Meyer coming through. Loving that ride. And Abby Weldon looking behind her. Looks like maybe something dropped off the boat there. She's going to the far outside, trying to hold that speed up.
Carter Thompson on the inside split on his final lap here in Moto number 3. This will be it for the junior skis. This is our first class of Moto 3s.
And we won't call out the winners. That's unofficial from up here. But I'd say Carter Thompson's got a pretty good
I'm confident in calling
chance
Carter.
of winning Junior Ski Lights.
I'm calling.
Yeah, there's the crowd.
I'm confident that Carter Thompson's going to take a win here this weekend.
Yeah.
He's pumped. Both fists go up in the air.
Yeah.
And he's stoked.
I'm feeling good. I thought the family fell asleep there in the last lap. They didn't even watch him go by.
Kylie Meyer comes across the finish line.
Pumping her fist, having a great time out there. And
to end her weekend of racing.
Abby Weldon cruising around out there. Going to finish up this third and final moto in junior ski stock 13 to 15th. And Abby comes across the line standing up.
All right, that'll do it for the junior skis this weekend. We move on to IROC GP and IROC Stock, Moto number 3. This is race number 13 today.
Oh, here's that name again on the 99 out of Hodgson, Georgia. Sea-Doo mounted Robert Morrison.
And he's in the IROC GP class.
He is.
In the IROC Stock class, 007 out of right here in Lavonia, Georgia, riding for Lake Hartwell Power Sports and Granite World on the Sea-Doo, Jonathan Samuel.
On the 74, Sea-Doo out of Yorley, Georgia, sponsored by Extreme Propulsion, Reva Racing, and Fizzle Racing, Chandler Redden.
And number 319 out of Homestead, Florida, on the LIQUI-MOLY, Reva Motorsports of the Keys, Reva Racing, PWC Doctor, VP Racing Fuels, HydroTurf, Jet Pilot, and Impros Yamaha, Shelby Warman.
And they're off. Looks like Samuel getting a drive on the inside there. And I believe that's Morrison taking off late just to make things interesting.
Got a battle out there for the lead right now. I believe that is Samuel.
Morrison Started late, already starting to make his moves out there. Samuel comes off the outside here, lap number 1.
007, Samuel out in front, puts a hand up. That looks like 74, Chandler Redden in second on that Spark.
There's Morrison up to third now, in front of Shelby Warman.
Boy, 99, Robert Morrison on the gas. Dang. He is flying.
And it's a matter of time, not laps.
Those Sea-Doos they have are so fast. Vintage 90 Sea-Doo two-strokes, and they're absolutely flying.
I'm telling you, if I'm in this area and I want a fast one, I'm going to Jarman Motorsports, no question about it.
No kidding.
I mean, it's just too obvious, right?
It really is, and they have not had a problem all weekend long with reliability, as fast as they are.
I don't know what it is with Jonathan Samuel raising that left hand up, but
he
better hold on to those bars, buddy.
I agree. Samuel about to have company. Yep, Samuel about to have some company out there on that outside split as Robert Morrison absolutely charging up behind Samuel.
I will say this, I've been watching Morrison out there. That boat is exceptionally fast, but part of that is it's twitchy. I've seen that thing twitch like hard a couple of times. Morrison's been able to hold on to it. That is a powerful machine.
And that is going to do it. Morrison takes the inside split. Samuel on the outside split. And we'll see how that shakes out. And no surprise as Morrison goes into the lead. Now, let's not forget that Morrison is on a GP boat and Samuel on a stock boat. So
absolutely.
Not a fair fight.
No, and they're scored separately as well. So,
yes.
Even though he's first on the water and first in his class, IROC stock, everyone else is in that IROC stock class.
Absolutely.
And I believe it's Jonathan Samuel still in front in that IROC stock.
But they're still racing each other. Let's face it.
Where is Chandler Redden?
He was in third overall at one point early on. There he is.
Anyway, the points are going to be interesting here. Actually, they're not. Chandler Redden mathematically is our winner when he started this race. This is the third and final most gruesome moto. These riders have been putting out that effort over and over and over again. And this is the final moto for them.
Morrison just flying around this racetrack here at Lake Hartwell. Looking so good. Those Sea-Doos, we can't say it enough. One more time down the front straightaway, race leader Robert Morrison on the Jarman Motorsports Sea-Doo, absolutely rocketing around this racetrack here today at Lake Hartwell.
That boat is just a joy to watch, go. It brings us, I'm sure you too, Rick, back into the middle 90s.
Oh,
when
absolutely.
they were dominant in every racetrack in the country.
Yeah, and Sea-Doo sold an amazing amount of those during that time. They really made hay with that hull and engine setup.
Is the best of times the worst of times?
Depending on your perspective,
right.
yes.
Stand up or sit down, that's the perspective.
Yes, that's very true.
Shelby, still riding strong. That girl is consistent. Had very few issues all weekend long. Her equipment's been running.
Oh,
and, man,
flawless.
I'll tell you what. She just, that team really presents themselves well. Always friendly, out there to help other people as well.
White flag out. Morrison on the final lap now. Yeah, Shelby's equipment is just flawless. Just looking strong, start to finish every week. I think Dad's got that pretty sorted out. As Morrison takes the checkered flag and the win here in the final moto for IROC. Samuel is going to take the win, moto number 3 here in the stock class behind Morrison. Morrison in the GP class.
You know, Morrison's got something on there that we don't see a lot of, but we used to. Got motocross handguards on the front there to protect him in case there's an impact.
Yep.
And, boy, back in the day, that was an important safety item to put on. It added weight, but it was worth it.
Nice to have.
That and leg guards.
Oh, God, don't even mention that.
Well, you know I had my leg broken on that class.
A lot of people did.
Shattered, actually.
Oh, my God.
To be accurate.
Yeah.
That was a learning lesson.
Yeah, I was not a real fan of that whole deal.
Yeah. I learned you don't sweep on the outside in rough water. But it was state championships. It was the last lap. What else was I going to do?
That's it, man.
You know what I really did? Drove that boat right up on shore at the ambulance tent.
Okay, we are going to take a short 10-15 minutes right now to let our next competitors catch their breath that were just out there.
Yeah, we'll let our course marshals and staff hydrate a little bit. We encourage everybody to drink some water, and after that, drink some more. And when you're finished, we'll have one more just for good measure.
So we'll be back with you in just about 15 minutes.
Want to miss the best pro watercross racers in the world. This is the LIQUI-MOLY Pro Watercross National Tour, presented by JETTRIM. Can't catch it live in person? Make sure you catch it on CBS Sports Network.
Oh, Panama City is great. You know, I really wanted to retire last year, and my family, my wife, really pushed me to keep doing this so we have these venues to go to because they're beautiful, and we probably wouldn't come if we weren't racing. So we love it, and we plan on coming back next year again.
Panama City Beach, it's, you know, the place to be. Nice, beautiful white beaches. We're on the Gulf side. You got nice, rough surf conditions. Years in the past, we've had huge, huge waves. This year, it's a little bit more flatter, a lot of chop, so it's a little bumpy out there, but it makes it fun for the spectators to watch.
Panama City, it doesn't get any better than, you know, being on the beach in the surf. You know, I myself, like a lot of the other guys, like surf. It really dices up the competition, and always love coming here.
My name is Juan Liscano, and I ride for Miami Jet Ski Shop. Miami Jet Ski Shop sticks to LIQUI-MOLY, where we keep all our vehicles tip-top with the best in the industry. When it comes to performance or servicing, there's nothing better in the market than LIQUI-MOLY.
I'm here at Pro Watercross for our jet ski racing. We're sponsored by LIQUI-MOLY. Thanks to them, we have our strong boats and we're able to podium. I've been racing for about 4 years now, and ever since I joined LIQUI-MOLY, I'll never go back.
LIQUI-MOLY has been #1 in Germany for the past 10 years in motor oils and additives. We're super excited to bring the marine range now in North America. All that experience in the performance and the racing industry translated into the marine world couldn't be a better combination. Are you scared of using a warranty? Well, you shouldn't. LIQUI-MOLY marine product has all the approvals from the National Marine Manufacturers Association, FCW, TCW3, and also API specs. Please refer to your owner's manual for ride viscosity. Use the best to maintain your passion.
Looking to leave the rush behind? Escape to Franklin County. Position yourself at a crossroads of opportunity with plenty of room to grow. Enjoy schools founded in tradition and patient-focused healthcare in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. Ready to hit refresh? Think Franklin.
Cause you never feel this way. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. My lucky day. Don't need a pot of gold, a rabbit's foot or to be told. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day.
You don't want to miss the best pro watercross racers in the world. This is the LIQUI-MOLY Pro Watercross National Tour, presented by JETTRIM. If you can't catch it live in person, make sure you catch it on CBS Sports Network.
Oh, Panama City is great. You know, I really wanted to retire last year, and my family, my wife, really pushed me to keep doing this, so we have these venues to go to because they're beautiful.
Says fire 'em up. Moto number 3, race 14. Let's go. Whoa. That was some serious cavitation going on there. You could hear that pump just boiling the water. And whoever...
That's Rasmussen out in front, 222. Jumped out of that gate hard on that Yamaha. And he gets the early lead. Don't forget Stan Hightower is going to be lurking back there.
Well, Stan was the one that was cavitating off the line. That supercharger kicked in, and it just boiled the water right there. And that ruined his drive. However, as we've seen, that doesn't seem to mean much. Rasmussen, another opportunity to try and keep Stan Hightower behind him.
And Hightower is right behind him.
Oh, yeah.
Rasmussen goes to the inside split on the right-hand side of the course. And, of course, Hightower on the outside split. And here we go on the back straightaway. Rasmussen doing everything he can to keep that very, very fast Sea-Doo of Stan Hightower behind him.
And he takes the inside. It'll be interesting to see how these two high-powered craft go through each split this late in the day. Buoys move, things happen. At this point, it's looking good for Stuart Rasmussen. Hightower is on fire out there, Rick.
Yeah,
Rasmussen, go ahead.
Rasmussen comes down that front straightaway right in front of us with the race lead. Again, goes to the inside split, while Hightower right behind him elects to go to the outside split. But Rasmussen just riding for everything he has. And keep in mind, these guys are in separate classes, but I don't think it really matters.
Yeah, and different boats. You know, you got a Sea-Doo, you got a Yamaha.
Well, one's a box stock and one's a super stock.
It is really, to be honest, Stuart Rasmussen, even keeping him in sight is a big deal.
Oh, he's doing a great job.
Yeah, and Stuart, he's been racing for 25, 30 years. I don't know how consistent. And there it is.
Well, yeah, Hightower's got that super stock, supercharged Sea-Doo, and he's got his sponsors, Extreme Propulsion, Riva Racing, and Fizzle Racing. So you know there's been some work done to that supercharged power plant, quite obviously. And I know Fizzle Racing makes some very highly regarded intercoolers for the supercharged boats, along with other products. And, of course, Riva has a complete line of all the trick stuff.
And I think Stan Hightower has each and every one of those, because that boat is phenomenal. You know what it reminds me of is the carbon fiber Sea-Doo of Claude
Clayton?
Claude Clayton back in the day. When it was out there in front, there was nothing going to touch it.
Pretty fast boat.
Oh, ridiculous. Seriously ridiculous.
I love seeing Claude come to the races. Really cool guy.
Yeah.
Road hard, sponsored by Pacifico. I love that.
Yeah.
What a great sponsor.
Right?
One of the best. It was like when we had the Bud Jet Sports Tour. Budweiser, man. What a great sponsor. Everybody enjoyed that sponsorship.
Right? And here comes Hightower.
Number 4 now out in front and absolutely charging around this racetrack. Rasmussen riding extremely well on a box stock.
Wow.
Runabout. Of course, that's a supercharged boat as well, but without the modifications allowed on the super stock of Hightower's.
The only difference is looks like about 8 miles an hour.
Something like that, yeah.
Shelby Warman just getting a shower as Hightower goes by. Just a big, beautiful splash of water she got to go through. Cleaner goggles.
Refresh her a little bit.
Right? Oh, Hightower got I think that's Marcio Benedetti there. Benedetti says, "You go by. You go."
Look at the difference in speed.
Oh, it's significant.
Wow.
And so now Stuart Rasmussen going to take the outside. Marcio Benedetti had the inside line, and that is looks like it's messing with him just a little bit.
I'm sure Stan Hightower is having an awesome time out on that track, because there's nothing better than having the fastest boat in the race.
There really isn't.
No.
Now, I will say this. Stuart Rasmussen, I do believe, missed a buoy over here, and he's taking the outside split, so I'm pretty sure he knows it.
Sure.
Going to take up that makeup boy, but that's going to push him even further behind Stan Hightower, who is ballistic.
Yeah, he's, like you said, there's about 8 miles an hour difference perhaps as Hightower takes that white flag. 1 lap to go here. Rasmussen still in second overall behind Hightower and leading the box stock veterans class.
You know, the crazy thing is, Stan Hightower is 1 year younger than me.
Well, he's 65 years old, and he is flying around that racetrack.
Dude. Can I just say, dude? He's got a great machine, and he's using every bit of its potential.
Really impressive.
Yeah, and he does it every lap, too. He could back off, 30% right now.
Oh.
But he does it. You got to stay on it.
And
there's the win.
There it is, a checkered flag for Hightower.
And he will be the champion in Amateur Runabout Superstock.
He dominated the entire proceedings this weekend in Runabout.
Stuart Rasmussen, phenomenal job. He'll win Veterans Runabout Box Stock, unofficially, of course. Marcio Benedetti out of Orlando comes through, and how he's going to do that. That might do well for him in Amateur Runabout Box Stock. Shelby Warman, I think she might have got the win. Shelby might have got the overall in Amateur Runabout Box Stock. We'll have to wait and see what the official results are. Well, wow, that was a lot of fun, Rick. Up next,
Really
race
was.
15.
Novice Sports Stock Moto 3 on the line. Boat number 21 out of Oxford, Pennsylvania, David Golder.
On the number 29, Sea-Doo out of Naples, Florida. Sponsored by TC Free Ride, JSN Racing, and Live Ruthless, Justin Oster.
146 out of Pensacola, Florida, riding for EVS, ODI Grips, and the PWC Doctor, Brandon Morris.
On the 429, Sea-Doo out of Port Orange, Florida. Sponsored by Coldwater Racing, TCH, Water Sparks, Peter Dixon.
757 out of Pensacola, riding for EVS, GoPro, and ODI Grips, Rhino Power, and our buddy, the PWC Doctor, Christian Morris.
On the 787 Sea-Doo out of Warren Robins, Georgia, sponsored by JETTRIM, Moto Option, and Flow Vision, Nick Murphy. That's the lineup. Novice Sports Stock, Moto number 3, Rick.
Oh, man. Starting to wind down here at Lake Hartwell. Great weekend of racing in a most beautiful setting you can imagine. And today is gorgeous.
It is absolutely spectacular.
It's actually a little bit cooler today, and it feels really good. I got to say, just walked out into the sun there for a minute, and it wasn't bad. I was like, wow, this is really, really nice today.
Well, and we've had some phenomenal safe racing out here. Who's it going to be? Murphy's leading the points on that 787. I believe he's on the pole, Rick. Can't quite see. There's a...
Well, we're going to find out momentarily. There they go.
And looks like David Golder got the drive. And Nick Murphy in second there. 3 of them side by side hit into that first turn. And Golder will get to the first buoy first. He's got the inside lane. Looks like he's going to take this start, Rick.
That's Justin Oster out in front, Kurt, number 29.
Oh, my bad.
With the whole shot and the lead. Justin Oster looking good out in front. He had a 6 in the first moto, but he took the win in moto number 2.
Yeah, Murphy was behind him in Moto 2. He had won Moto number 1.
I think he had a problem with his ski in Moto number 1, and he has switched to a different boat, and now he is charging out in front. That is David Golder in second place, and Murphy in third. So Justin Oster on the gas on that number 29 Sea-Doo. Golder on the 21 Sea-Doo, and Nick Murphy on the 787 Sea-Doo. So Novice Sports stock, almost all Sea-Doos today, with the exception of the lone Yamaha of Christian Morris.
Brandon Morris, his brother, out there as well. And wow, this race has spread out quickly, Rick.
Yep. Oster having no problems out in front on the Sea-Doo HX. And he is stretching his lead out now over Golder. Golder 21 coming by in second. And then Murphy in third. But that's going to put Murphy in a good position for the overall, if I'm not mistaken, right, Kurt?
You are correct, sir. Mathematically, at third place is a win for him. Unofficially, of course.
Golder having a good moto in second.
Yeah, he's having a great moto here.
He's been
one of his best all weekend.
He's been on the water all weekend.
Yeah, he has.
What's he been in 3 or 4 classes, right?
4 classes.
4 classes for David Golder, man. Wow.
He also got the title of best tan on the beach.
Yeah. He is living the dream, man. He is on the road, going from race to race, enjoying himself.
It's how he wanted to spend his retirement. You know, his kids took over the business, said, Dad, go ahead, man, follow your dreams.
He's enjoying himself.
David gets more fun out of every situation than almost anyone I know except for me. And I'm sure you can back that up for me.
Oh, 100%, Kurt.
David comes by looking relaxed. He's in an easy second place position. I'm wondering why Murphy isn't trying. Oh, there he goes. Now he's trying the inside.
As the Scorpions famously wrote, there's no one like you.
They made a song out of that. All right, up next, race 16, Ski 4-stroke stock and Ski 4-stroke stock Superjet to the line.
So Justin Oster switched boats after the first moto and has not looked back with a win in Moto 1, or Moto 2, I'm sorry, and backing it up here with a strong lead in Moto number 3.
Yeah, he got the whole shot, and what came out of it with the whole shot among 3 different riders, and he's gone after that. Does Dave Golder have a stereo on that thing?
It could be. It's possible. Might have installed it.
I know I had one on one of my early race boats. That only lasted 1 race.
Didn't really pan out too well, huh?
No, there was something about the rules and it not being in the rules, and if it's not in the rules, you can't do it.
There are boats down here on the starting line from time to time I see with, factory installed stereos, the Sea-Doos. I've noticed. One yesterday. They weren't playing music, but
no, but they were there.
I don't know why. I had some tunes playing, a little extra motivation.
The Rocky theme at the start.
Dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun. Whoa! And is that Golder just doing some freestyle over here?
He is dragging.
He's dragging himself from buoy to buoy.
This is Golder coming by in front of us.
Who is that? He can't get
He's
back
still
on.
He is still dragging. Oh, and he finally let go.
He just
Murphy went through. He went around 3 buoys.
Man,
off the back of the boat.
That is grit, okay?
He was not going to let go. I've never seen anybody do that before.
You've never seen me ride an HX then. That's the way I get back up on it.
He was not going to let go.
Wow, that is gritty. He went through the 2.5 buoys that way. That's, a football field.
He's going to have to get a special award, or actually, he's going to have to get his rotator cuffs checked.
Oh,
is that him right there who did it? Oh no, he's still getting up on the boat.
No,
there.
they're bringing him up here.
Let's see who that is.
But you are so right about rotator cuffs and that kind of injury. It's no joke. Peter Dixon. Out of Port Orange coming across with that orange ski. And there we go. Thanks for the help up.
It was Brandon Morris that
on the 145
that refused to let go.
Well, there you go. The Fighting Morris clan.
There you go, man. Right there, man. He was not going to give it up
at all. I mean,
even the course marshals were commenting.
Right. It's a battle of will, and that guy is almost there.
He's going around buoys like that. Justin Oster, one more time down the front straightaway, our race leader.
Believe he just got the 2-lap sign. We'll see as they come around. Oh, get a little slideways. Peter Dixon. David Golder continuing to have a great Sunday ride at speed on this course. He's in second position, and nobody's really pushed him yet, Rick.
No, very true. Still looking as the race leader comes by. Didn't see a white flag, so a couple more to go.
Right.
As he has completely left the field.
Another zip code, another time zone.
Justin Oster just running away here in Novice Sports stock on that C2HX.
The most interesting machine I think that they've ever come out with, the C2HX. A purpose-built machine.
Yeah.
To go racing and to beat the other factories, and for a short time, they held the lap record on every single race course. Even over the runabouts, the factory runabouts back then. And that was about 1 year.
And I would say probably maybe the strangest boat that they ever came out with was the 3D.
Yeah.
Truly strange.
And there is the white flag. One more lap to go for Justin Oster. Yeah, I thought when those first came out, I thought, man, what a great recreational boat. And you know somebody's going to try and race them, but it was like a huge oversized stand-up with a seat.
Yeah, it was odd.
Odd. That's the class they would have raced in if they allowed it.
The odd class.
What do? You race it as a go-kart, you race it as a stand-up, or you without the seat, or you race it as a sit-down?
I was at the press intro for that boat. And, yeah, I rode it, and in go-kart mode, you'd sat on that thing and just got your back punished.
Yeah, whoever thought that up was the sadist.
Punished. So it turned out to be not really very good at anything.
And
Checkered flag comes out, and Oster takes the win. In the third moto here. Nice job by Oster.
Yeah, another one of those Naples, Florida racers. Peter Dixon comes through.
But I do give Sea-Doo credit for trying new things.
Absolutely.
You know, being innovative and trying different things.
Pushing things forward.
Some things work, some things don't. That's just life, right?
Didn't it force them Polaris to come out with the Hurricane?
You mean the HX?
Yeah. In the timeline of things.
Probably.
X2.
Probably.
And here comes David Golder. Big round of applause for the Ironman, David Golder.
I thought you meant the 3D. Nobody followed up on that.
Right. No,
the HX is a great machine. I mean, obviously, still used today to great success and has become the preferred boat, I think, for sport class racing.
For most of the country now in in anything other than full-on GP mode, yeah.
I think for recreational riding, the Blaster is still an overwhelming favorite.
By a factor of 24,000.
But they're both very successful in what they were designed to do in terms of, well, in the racing scene at least.
You know what you don't see very often? Two people on an HX.
No.
That takes.
You would have to have
some
two
skill.
very small people.
Right, well, skill. Well, yeah, for you, it's an impossibility.
They're
but
small. They're not really designed to be ridden sitting down too much.
Yeah, I've seen wreck riders riding two up on those. It never turns out well.
Not good.
It never turns out well.
You know, I told you, I raced one in an endurance race one time, and that was not a good decision.
Yeah, I owned one for a short period of time.
Not a good decision for me. We are
race 16.
on race 16 on the line.
On the number one in ski four-stroke stock on the 104 out of Pendleton, South Carolina, it's Ethan Wilson.
Number 422 out of Anderson, South Carolina, Trent Thompson.
We jump over to four-stroke stock Superjet on the number 36, the incredible man, Stephen Hayden.
So Hayden lines up again against the SXR 1500 Cowies on his four-stroke Superjet. And they are in separate classes. Make sure everybody realizes that. But when it comes down to it, they're really racing each other. And it's always good to see a comparison between these new watercraft, the Kawasaki SXR 1500 four-stroke, of course, powered by a 1500cc four-cylinder Kawasaki power plant that has become the power plant of choice, the engine of choice for all the aftermarket hulls that are utilized in stand-up racing, GP racing. Of course, the Commander GP1, the Fast Power Sports GP1, the Pro Force version 3, which is becoming a real force to be reckoned with. And even the Bullets have a hull designed to accommodate that Kawasaki 1500. So that is the power plant of choice, and that is in stock form about 160 horsepower.
Rick, is there any rule we can use to make Steve Hayden do like a Le Mans start?
Well,
Nope.
Oh, we got
gone.
another rider in this one. Somebody else jumped into the fray. That must be Clinton Pace in this one.
Yeah, Clinton made it back.
Yeah, he wasn't here in Moto number 2, was he?
He needed his beauty sleep.
Well, the two big Kawasaki's out in front right now. Ethan Wilson and Trent Thompson.
I'm thinking set a stopwatch. Is that Hayden in the back?
It is. Well, I know.
No, not the far back.
Hayden's in third.
In third spot. Okay. I was like, wow, he really is just taking it easy.
So 422 Trent Thompson out in front. Ethan Wilson 104 in second. And here comes Steve Hayden on that Yamaha, number 36, in third. Momentarily.
Yeah, Hayden. Hayden making some really smooth moves on the inside. But Trent Thompson pushing hard there. Hayden's not going to get him at this juncture yet. But he's starting to reel him in.
No, he definitely has his work cut out for him in this moto. Got it jumped off to not a good start. Makes it more interesting for us in this case.
Clinton Pace. Minor error there. Hopefully he'll go wide and get that makeup buoy.
Our race leader, 422, down the front straightaway. That is Trent Thompson. Wilson behind him, and here comes Steve Hayden one more time. He's going at an inside split, trying to get around Ethan Wilson. And it looks like he may have some success here on this lap. He's going to fall in. I think Wilson's going to hang on to that second place at least a little longer.
These Cowie riders have had just about enough of Stephen Hayden.
Yes,
That's what I'm hearing.
I think so.
Those guys are down on the line commiserating. I don't care if I don't win, but not him. No.
The battle of the four-stroke stand-ups. Yamaha versus Kawasaki. And sadly, they have to be in separate classes because there's such a discrepancy in engine size.
Boy, they're loving the battle over here between Wilson and Thompson. How many Thompson fans do we have? How many Wilson fans do we have? All right. They're best friends? Not after this race. We'll see what happens in Tech. That was the day, Rick. That was the day when Tech was almost as amusing and entertaining as the racing was.
Amusing as, I'm not sure I agree with that word, but entertaining perhaps.
Oh, the mechanics used to hate it. When you have to tear down to your crankshaft every race weekend. Oh! Nice recovery.
Got a bobble. And here comes Hayden. Thompson hanging on to the lead. Wilson behind him. Boy, they are having a good race here, Moto number 3. And keeping Steve Hayden behind him.
Yeah, and the crowd is going wild over here. Oh! Hayden pushing hard. There could be a change here.
What a battle for the lead right now between the two Kawasaki riders.
Well, they're best friends, having some fun out here on Lake Hartwell. No question about it. Stephen Hayden, he doesn't go away. He's just right there with them. I think those two SXR 1500 riders got a call from Cowie. Said, hey, third and final moto. I don't want to see anything finish in front of our boat.
Oh, man. A little wake-up call from the factory, huh?
It's Thompson, it's Wilson, it's Hayden, and Hayden getting really close now. And it's interesting that Hayden's taking the outside when the inside was kind of open for him. I guess he's liking that.
He's trying different lines. He's been taking the inside all race, and I think he's just trying something a little different to get up behind these two Kawasaki's so he can try to make something happen and get around them.
How many Stephen Hayden fans have we got out there? Both of them. Okay. Clinton Pace having some fun out there.
I wrapped the towel just in case. Yeah, but I think we'll see more when we get home.
Best friends battling out on the race course in
Look
the
at
final
this.
moto.
Almost side by side.
Boy,
Man.
Wilson's really putting the pressure on now.
Thompson able to keep Wilson behind him, but yeah, just barely.
And Hayden again going to the outside.
He looks good on that Super Jet. He really corners very, very smooth.
Exceptionally smooth. You know, see no bobbles. It's just
really got that Super Jet sorted out.
Sure, he knows he doesn't move around a lot on that boat. He's just pretty stable and
really smooth. A lot of experience, a lot of time riding, and it really shows.
Even our course marshals are impressed with Hayden's ability to keep up with Wilson and Thompson.
Keep up with them? He's been beating them.
Not in this moto.
No, but the first two.
Well, that's not him, though. Oh, that's Clinton Pace. Clinton Pace creating a problem here. Oh, these riders are not happy. And look at Hayden. Hayden's going to make the move on the outside.
Oh, man. Thompson and Wilson having a battle. And Hayden on the final lap is going to try it one more time.
Boy, if they leave the inside open for him, They don't, but it would not surprise me to see Hayden move up a position here.
He's got a little bit of distance to make up, but he may sneak into second overall. We shall see. Only got one more turn to go. And a drag race down the front straightaway. And it's going to be the Kawasaki's holding off the Yamaha this race.
And
Great race.
And it turns out to be Wilson over Thompson. Now, Thompson had won both of the two priors in the class, Rick. So, believe that's going to be Thompson's overall unofficially. Steve Hayden, I think he'll do okay.
Yeah, he's going to finish very well. And Clinton Pace brings his Super Jet across the finish line.
Clinton having a good time out there. And we're moving on to race 17. Beginner runabout box stock. Well, by some applause, how many people had some fun here today? 3 over here and 2 over there. Awesome.
Well, down on the line, we've got beginner runabout box stock, race number 17. And let's take a look and see who we've got down there.
On the 007 out of Lavonia, Georgia, Philip Ryan Samuel.
Number 321 out of Clyde, North Carolina on the Yamaha, Bryant Devlin.
On the 529 C2 out of Orlando, Florida, Marcio Benedetti.
And 863 out of Wachuli, Florida on the Kawasaki, Troy Weeks.
That's our lineup, beginner runabout box stock. Oh, is that Marcio Benedetti? It could be. Samuel, I believe, in that second position. We'll have to see as they come around. Those boats are almost identical.
Really hard to pick up those numbers on the outside part of the track here at Lake Hartwell. Long distance out there.
He was too far. Oh, and Weeks having a little get up. An opportunity to check the temperature of Lake Hartwell. They'll get him back to that ski. And all right, here comes our leader.
I believe that's Samuel, no?
I believe you are correct. And
yeah, Samuel out in
Marcio
front.
Benedetti in second.
Benedetti in second, yeah, exactly.
And these two have been going back and forth all weekend long.
Weeks up and underway.
Brian Devlin out there on the Yamaha. It's magic. It's magic. Do you see that, Rick Lake?
I did see it. The magic of drones.
It's like a UFO.
Samuel down the front straightaway in the lead.
Oh, he's having a great time on that boat.
Benedetti in second. Here comes Weeks now. He's down a lap, but able to follow the wakes of the boats in front of him.
Went through this section properly.
Looks good so far.
That's one check mark. Got a few more check marks to go.
Yep. All good. He's going to go to the outside split. And, oh. Wow. Mr. Toad's.
Oh, not quite good.
Mr. Toad's wild ride out there.
Yeah, he's Troy Weeks out there is trying to make up time, and he just carried too much speed. Could not make that buoy.
Well, he did go around the makeup buoy.
He did successfully. Troy going to go to the outside. There's 1, 2. Going inside. Yes, go outside. Yes, stay outside. Yes, go inside. Another successful time. Check number 2.
Good job. Great job.
Samuel and Benedetti having themselves a little rivalry, but Samuel really starting to stretch out his lead now.
Oh, yeah, he's running away from Benedetti.
Yeah, I think Benedetti had an issue over on the other side of the course. Didn't come off, I don't believe, but he's back on it now. One more.
I think it's Vintage Ski coming to the starting line, Kurt.
I believe that you're correct. Brian Devlin out of Clyde, North Carolina on that Yamaha. He likes that outside split. Working it hard. There's Weeks behind him.
Weeks coming up hard behind Devlin.
Oh, Weeks making that turn this time. He might be picking up that makeup buoy just for good measure.
Samuel out in front. Benedetti behind him. Devlin in third.
Looking over his shoulder, looking where Troy Weeks.
Yeah, he's going to stay out of his way if possible.
Well, it's probably a wise decision on his part at this point.
I would agree.
You know, it's just self-preservation.
I would agree.
And he's on that little Yamaha EX, I do believe.
Yeah, and he's keeping that Ultra behind him.
Which is no small feat.
No. X4. VXR. Yamaha VXR, which still not an easy task. Oh, EXR. EXR, okay. Still no easy task.
Yeah, it's that southern pronunciation.
He's only given up about 100 horsepower.
Right. Older.
No, probably 150.
Right. And still out there doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, that Ultra's got 310 horsepower, and that EXR, probably 100 horsepower.
I was going to say 84.
Yeah.
No, That's a great machine.
It
That is
is.
a really good beginner machine.
They are.
Well, they are, obviously a superior boat. But there we go with the win, Jonathan Samuel.
He's pumped. Taking the win here. We get a runabout.
Marcio Benedetti looks over his shoulder. He's taking second once again.
And Devlin.
Mr. Devlin, Brian Devlin on
the
that EXR.
EXR.
Troy Weeks on the
Ultra.
The Vagabond Ultra. Who knows where it goes? All right, we're going to hit race 18, vintage ski, and you were correct, sir. The lawnmowers are in progress.
We're back. Boat X out of Jacksonville, Kylie Meyer.
On the 812, also out of Jacksonville. Oh, it's Joseph Meyer.
Boat 22 out of Piedmont, South Carolina, Tim Kessier.
On the 574 out of Greer, South Carolina, David Swan.
Number 22 out of Traverse Rest, South Carolina, Chase Sanders.
He's on the number 23, because otherwise he'd be riding with Tim Kessler. On the 555 out of Marietta, South Carolina, Nicholas Hall.
Oh, number 300 out of Menifee, California, Paul Jean.
And that's a lineup. Vintage ski, Moto number 3. Who's he gonna be? Paul John.
Paul John, of course, on that square nose super jet.
Yeah, I think it'd be between him and Shelby Warman for the most beautifully decorated boat this weekend.
Yeah, no question, Paul's super jet is gorgeous with that bright yellow and black stripe 70s Yamaha factory trim.
I know why you like yellow. You're a surfer. The last thing you want to do is go out there on something dark brown or black and look like a seal.
Exactly.
Although you'd be the largest seal that that shark had ever seen.
I don't want to be seen by a shark, period. I don't want to see him. I don't want him to see me. And it's all good. Everybody's happy.
Only place you want to see a shark is on your plate. Oddly enough, the shark only wants to see you on his plate. So there you go.
How's that work out?
Paul John really having a great weekend. He rides that machine so well, and you see he just kind of minimizes his effort, sits or stands straight up on it without a lot of movement.
58 years old, in good shape, out of California. And, yeah, very talented rider on a very well sorted out Yamaha Superjet. Really cool boat.
Really cool boat. Boy, the difference there. Joseph Meyer on that 812. As I say it, he goes down for a quick water test.
Of course.
Of course. Back up. Just that sound used to be so familiar. And now it's so foreign.
Yeah, other than GP ski, the four strokes are all pretty darn quiet.
They really are. And you know, we used to, as a young buck, used to love the sound of my motocross bikes, and then, you know,
sure.
Then my road racers and four-cylinder four strokes at 10,000 RPM. And now I enjoy the quiet 1,500 cc's of Kawasaki horsepower in any hole they put it in.
Except in GP ski. Those things are anything but quiet. In fact, when they're in the starting line, we basically might as well not speak.
Right, we just wait. Wait till they go. We got to do our talking before they start.
Which some people are probably happy about, but that's a whole nother discussion.
Oh, who's this going down right in front of us? Oh, that's Kylie Meyer. Kylie, the X Factor.
Boy, vintage riders getting their water time this weekend on this big track here at Lake Hartwell.
Yeah, they are.
Big fast track. I mean, these things are pinned pretty much the entire way around the track.
I'm sorry, Joseph Meyer just porpoising on that hull where they're going, reminds me of why so many locations tried to ban jet skis in the 80s.
Sadly.
Well,
it was the 90s, mid 90s.
Yeah, a little annoying when they stay in the same spot all day.
Yeah.
It's different if you're just riding by once.
Yeah,
There's a rider down out there having some issue. I don't know who it is. Is that Kylie Meyer again? Might be.
Need a little extended ride plate on a couple of these 550s, I think.
Yeah.
A little length in that hole a little bit, right?
Yep. Oh, I remember the difference, the clear difference, putting on a Jet Dynamics ride plate on a couple of different boats and settling the nose. Big difference.
You know what else worked really, really well? It was a little bit of a, I don't know if it was a secret or not, but was the Shred Masters.
Yes.
My buddy Bob Morgan, rest in peace, was a surfboard shaper and a surfer, and he used that expertise to develop the combination scoop grate ride plate, the Shred Master. And
that was a one-piece unit, right?
One-piece unit, and they worked exceptionally well.
Yeah, as far as I know, they're the only manufacturer that ever produced a one-piece unit. And I wondered why, because it seemed to me you could control the water a lot easier if there wasn't a break in it.
And in fact, one time I'll never forget, I think it was in Florida, I think it was a hot water tour, and it was Jacob's Yamaha, I believe, I can't remember, at a Yamaha Superjet probably for that tour. And his mechanic, Bubba Kirsten, was in the pits grinding off the Shred Master logo off the ride plate with a grinder because he wasn't sponsored.
That well.
He wasn't sponsored. Yeah, he used the Shred Master. I think it was a Riva sponsorship, I think, and the Shred Master was not a Riva product or whatever sponsor it was. And Bubba's grinding off the Shred Master with a grinder in the pits.
Yeah, there was a little bit of politics back then, and of course you want to run what your sponsor brung. But all right, here comes Paul Tejan for his third and final win. Paul looking strong there.
But Jacobs knew what worked.
Yep,
to say the least, and those things worked well.
Do you ever watch him take the new hulls? Drive his sponsor wild. Take a brand new, newly painted hull and go run it up on the beach over at Mission Bay to get it straight, because that was the only way to get it absolutely straight with all those, with the minor grooves that we put in the bottom of the paint. And it wasn't illegal, but Jacob's looking for any little factor that would help him win, and he won a lot. All right. I believe that was Aaron Bradstreet.
A couple of 650 Cowies coming in. Everything a Cowie in this race except the one square nose Superjet of Paul Jean's. And boy, did he dominate.
Well, there's a double deuce of Tim Kessler out of Piedmont, South Carolina, bringing that thing home. And I'll tell you what, I need a calculator to make these numbers go. The only one I don't really need is Paul John. He's got the overall unofficial.
That's an easy one. Going to bring up the final race of the weekend. Seems like we just started, Kurt.
Doesn't it? And there's David Swan finishing his race. Having one come in on the toe. That's Is that Joseph Meyer? It is. I know that because I don't hear it coming in. All right, IROC 1100. Moto number 3, Rick.
This is it.
Boy, there's going to be some battles here. The points are definitely very, very close.
Yeah, they really are.
Robert Morrison on that 99 was dominant last moto, but he finished the first in 7th position.
Yeah, that's going to hurt him because Kelly Mayan has got a pair of 2s, so he's looking good. And Brian Devlin's got a 1st and a 4th.
Jonathan Samuel, 2/3.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, the battle's between those 3, really.
Yeah, it is. Barring anything crazy happening. But this class has been kind of all over the place. Final race of the weekend, Kurt.
Yeah, why do they call it IROC instead of We Rock? International Race of Champions. Our final start, who's it gonna be?
Well, I would bet Morrison is going to be right up there along with Mayan.
Boy, Jonathan Samuel went way offline there. I think he was looking at the wrong buoy.
I think that's Morrison with the hole shot out in front.
It is. And Samuel had a good jump off the line, but he was going to the wrong buoy. He got put up in the pump wash. Would have been better off going straight out there.
Make sure that's Morrison or Mayan, one of the two. I think it's
That's
Morrison.
Mayan.
But Mayan
No, you're right, sir.
145.
Yeah, that's Morrison.
That's Mayan.
Mayan.
Yeah, that's Kelly Mayan out in front, 145. Samuel in second. 321. That is Devlin in third. Where's Morrison?
Out there with a broken boat, it looks like.
Oh, man, you got to be kidding me.
Huh? Did he get it started?
Yeah, it's running. We talked about those German Motorsports Sea-Doo two-strokes all weekend. Been running flawless, and he may have just flown off the boat or had something happen. We don't know.
Yep.
But it looks like he's up and underway and looking good. Still running strong. But he's going to be down a lap.
Yep. Now I'm wondering, as good as these guys are gone, are they going to make the trip out to the International Cup?
Well, before
are they going to see us at the National Championships?
Well, I was going to say before that
weeks?
is going to be the National Championships in Lake Hartwell. Just
Lake
2
Charles.
weeks. I mean, Lake Charles just 2 weeks from this weekend. So that's going to be fun. Looking
They're on
forward
the right
to that.
side of the country for that. National Championships in 2 weeks.
And then down the road in late September is going to be the LIQUI-MOLY International Cup in Lake Havasu City. And I am really looking forward to that as well, because we're going to have a $12,000 purse for Pro Ski GP, not Pro Am Ski GP.
Right, just Pro
Ski
GP.
12 grand on the line
That
for
is
that
gonna
one
be,
class.
That's going to be a race not to miss.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're looking to see as many of our local riders as possible in a couple of weeks at Lake Charles for the championship. I am pretty sure that's a double points round. So
come out to Lake Charles and win a national title.
Triple points?
You're really
quadruple points?
You're really racing the bar, aren't you, Kurt?
I'm pushing the man up here a little bit, poking the bear a little. No, if you want to be a national champion, you got to show up at Lake Charles, because that double points really does mix it up a little bit.
Absolutely.
And if you're going to show up, make sure your equipment is ready. It is a national championship.
Pro Watercross national titles on the line in 2 weeks.
Here comes Mayan.
Mayan just
The
smoking out
cowboy.
in front. Yeah, he is running away with this one.
So good to see him back out here. We haven't seen him for a little while.
But Samuel in second.
He's hammering it.
And he's got a chance at a win here because he's got a pair of thirds.
And as you say it, he spins the boat, but stays on it, recovers right away.
Oh, Mayan's got a pair of seconds, so Mayan is definitely in the driver's seat for the overall in this one.
Yeah, the issue with Robert Morrison early on in this moto has just thrown all the scores off now.
Yep.
Let's see what happens. I mean, it's a long race, but I don't see Robert Morrison catching Kelly.
No.
Mayan, no, not at all.
No, they are pretty evenly matched, relatively evenly matched, and I don't see that happening either.
Where is Devin in this? Right there.
Here comes Mayan. We are at the halfway mark in this final moto today.
Oh, and then Samuel, then Devlin. This is going to be interesting on the points right here, Rick. Samuel, 6 points. Devlin, 5 points. Mayan, 4 points. So if Devlin can make the move past Samuel, well, we'll see. We will see.
Yes, we will. That is true. And we will see at the awards ceremony following the races here.
That's right.
Coming up in just a little bit.
Yep, we know everybody wants to pack up and get going, but please listen for the announcements for the award ceremony. We'll get the paperwork done as quickly as we can, as long as it's accurate. My hand coming through one more time. Samuel doing everything he can, and Devlin making a move here. He's going to go to the outside.
Yeah, he is. Look at him
Watch
go.
out, Samuel, because Brian Devlin, he's on a tear right now. Oh, that's going to be close, Rick.
Yeah, no, he is.
Devlin making a move.
Yeah, he's catching Samuel. He is trying to move up the ladder here and get a higher position on the podium.
And Devlin does what I would have done for certain, which is take the opposite split, go into the inside. This is going to be interesting. Brian Devlin pushing hard. It's going to be very close. Check it out as they come through. Barely makes a sausage.
Wow,
boy.
what a battle here. Mayan out in front, but the battle for second between Samuel and Devlin is really heating up here.
Great move by Devlin, I think. He got to try something different. Samuel wide open out there, but Devlin.
Samuel's got a nice run, you know, with that outside split. You come onto that back straightaway with a lot of speed.
Yeah, it seems like things have shifted a little bit on the inside. It's not as much of a bonus as it was before, if anything, at this point. Oh, Brian Devlin has a great drive on this one, Rick. Oh, he may take the lead here. It's going to be close.
Wow, Devlin.
Wow.
On the gas, goes into the lead.
What a move by Devlin.
Looks like 2 laps to go. That was incredible.
I didn't see him miss anything,
no.
But I'll tell you what, he was tight to the buoys, accelerating hard, and I think Mayan may have got a little lulled to sleep a little bit on the outside, not seeing him.
Yeah, Devlin went from third to first right there very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, look at this, and Devlin's stretching his lead.
That is incredible. I did not see on that left-hand side, we're kind of hidden with the tree to our left, and that far left, we couldn't really see what went down.
Yeah, it happened before that, Rick, because I was watching Devlin come in, and as he come in, boy, they weren't even at to the right turn buoy.
Oh, now
white flag out, 1 lap to go, Rick.
Samuel gets by Mayan too, so I'm wondering if Mayan's having some problems with that ski.
Well,
because he was way out in front. Yeah, he's slowing down. Oh, he's done almost. That thing is really slowing down.
I wonder if he'll lift the seat. Might have an exhaust leak there, which is the common problem on those boats.
Could be.
In racing form.
Yeah, he is definitely slowing down, and that is exactly how Devlin went from third to first that fast. Because Mayan is slowing way down.
If they stay the way it is, Brian Devlin will win the overall.
That is wild. What a turn of events. Checkered flag comes out, and Devlin is pumped, taking the win.
Screaming coming across the line. Samuel, fist in the air. He's happy. He'll take second, and here comes Mayan. I'm sure disappointed. He was way out front a couple of times, and
something happened.
Something happened.
He finished okay, but definitely down on power those last 2 laps.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your participation here. I hope everybody had a great time.
Absolutely.
We're going to do the best we can to get our paperwork together, make sure everyone is scored correctly. Devlin giving the thumbs up there. Great job by him. Our thanks go out to Franklin County and everyone who helped put this together, and to all of you out there on the live stream. My name's Kurt Nolenberg. This is Rick Lake. We enjoy bringing this to you.
Fantastic weekend here at Lake Hartwell, as we've said a million times. Gorgeous, gorgeous location. Franklin County, thank you for the wonderful hospitality. Of course, just 2 weeks from this weekend, the National Championships in Lake Charles, Louisiana. We hope everybody joins us there. Going to be a great racing for national titles, and we're looking forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely, and boy, I'm just going to throw in there the food at Lake Charles. I mean, the racing's going to be
incredible,
great, but the food there is spectacular. I'm Kurt Nolenberg. He's Rick Lake. We are out of here.
Oh, Panama City is great. You know, I really wanted to retire last year, and my family, my wife, really pushed me to keep doing this, so we have these venues to go to because they're beautiful, and we probably wouldn't come if we weren't racing. So we love it, and we plan on coming back next year again.
Panama City Beach, it's the place to be. Nice, beautiful white beaches. We're on the Gulf side. You got nice, rough surf conditions. Years in the past, we've had huge, huge waves. This year it's a little bit more flatter, a lot of chop, so it's a little bumpy out there, but it makes it fun for the spectators to watch.
Panama City, it doesn't get any better than being on the beach in the surf. I myself, like a lot of the other guys, like surf. It really dices up the competition, and always love coming here.
My name is Juan Liscano, and I ride for Miami Jet Ski Shop. Miami Jet Ski Shop sticks to LIQUI-MOLY, where we keep all our vehicles tip-top with the best in the industry. When it comes to performance or servicing, there's nothing better in the market than LIQUI-MOLY.
I'm here at Pro Watercross for our jet ski racing. We're sponsored by LIQUI-MOLY. Thanks to them, we have our strong boats and we're able to podium. I've been racing for about 4 years now, and ever since I joined LIQUI-MOLY, I'll never go back.
LIQUI-MOLY has been #1 in Germany for the past 10 years in motor oils and additives. We're super excited to bring the marine range now in North America. All that experience in the performance and the racing industry translated into the marine world couldn't be a better combination. you scared of using a warranty? Well, you shouldn't. LIQUI-MOLY Marine product has all the approvals from the National Marine Manufacturers Association, FCW, TCW3, and also API specs. Please refer to your owner's manual for ride viscosity. Use the best to maintain your passion.
Looking to leave the rush behind? Escape to Franklin County. Position yourself at a crossroads of opportunity with plenty of room to grow. Enjoy schools founded in tradition and patient-focused healthcare in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. Ready to hit refresh? Think Franklin.
don't want to miss the best pro watercross racers in the world. This is the LIQUI-MOLY Pro Watercross National Tour, presented by JETTRIM. Can't catch it live in person? Make sure you catch it on CBS Sports Network.
Oh, Panama City is great. You know, I really wanted to retire last year, and my family, my wife, really pushed me to keep doing this, so we have these venues to go to because they're beautiful, and we probably wouldn't come if we weren't racing. So we love it, and we plan on coming back next year again.
Panama City Beach, it's the place to be. Nice, beautiful white beaches. We're on the Gulf side. You got nice, rough surf conditions. Years in the past, we've had huge waves. This year, it's a little bit more flatter, a lot of chop, so it's a little bumpy out there, but it makes it fun for the spectators to watch.
Panama City, it doesn't get any better than being on the beach in the surf. I myself, like a lot of the other guys, like surf. It really dices up the competition, and always love coming here.
My name is Juan Liscano, and I ride for Miami Jet Ski Shop. Miami Jet Ski Shop sticks to LIQUI-MOLY, where we keep all our vehicles tip-top with the best in the industry. When it comes to performance or servicing, there's nothing better in the market than LIQUI-MOLY.